No dream can be achieved without passion, commitment, and support. This is the story of one such dream, forged in the heat of motorsports competition and of a team's climb to national prominence.
My passion for racing started when I was a child. Always known I wanted to race cars and go fast. At a young age, I was told by, I guess, a mentor race car driver that you got to make the money first, because getting paid in this sport isn't something that's going to happen naturally.
Black Sheep Racing, based in Fairfield, California, specializes in preparing and campaigning Porsche race cars. The 2022 season marked their debut in the Porsche Sprint Challenge USA West Series presented by Yokohama. 16 races at 8 circuits from coast to coast, dreaming of race victories and perhaps a championship from their 3 drivers.
My name's Kenton King. I'm driving with Black Sheep in the Porsche Sprint Challenge West Series, 991 GT3 class, and the Porsche GT3 Cup.
Hi everyone, I'm Laura Eli from Black Sheep Racing. We're here at WeatherTech Laguna Raceway. This is our first event in the Porsche Sprint USA Challenge. You know, Black Sheep Racing originated a few years ago with some friends of mine, and they were all doing track day events, and they weren't following the rules for point buys and dubbed themselves the Black Sheep. And when I started doing track days myself back in 2017 with my Porsche GT4, I started hanging out with this group of people, so we created the Black Sheep Racing team.
Hey everyone, I'm Stephen Ayers. I'm racing the Porsche Sprint Series with Black Sheep Racing, and in number 30 Salesforce 991.2 Cup car. Actually my 4th season now with the Cup car. Learning a lot still trying to get better, still trying to get faster. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to actually be able to have and race a Cup car. So Laura and I met basically by happenstance at COTA probably 5 years ago. When I was going through the decision to buy the Cup car, obviously a key aspect of having a Cup car or in any good race car is you have to have a team that goes with that. Laura and some of the teammates, you know, spent a lot of time talking about Black Sheep, and it seemed like for me it was a co-op, and so we share expenses, we share our things. I'm sitting in my motorhome now that we use for team meetings and for data coaching and for my family sleeping.
We just had a red flag. Ken King went off in turn 8 or 8A. I'm not sure the extent of what the damage is in the car, but they had to take him out with the tow truck. So we've been sitting on pit lane. They just opened up the green flag. We got a few minutes left in the session. Stephen Ayers just went out to see if he can set a flyer and move himself up.
In racing, some lessons are tougher than others. For Kenton King, his troubles on the opening weekend would not be his last in a long season.
honestly, like once my tires go, the car feels a lot better just because I can swing the ass around, you know, and like the ass is becomes loose, you know. When I was racing, one of the GT3s.
Oh, you hit them?
I guess I leaned on it a little bit, like
Well, coming out of
entered the corkscrew.
I saw you cook somebody.
Oh yeah, I know.
Starting in third place, put on quite a show out there. The number 777 of Kenton King. Kenton, right over here, sir. Boy, you ran really hard at the end. All in all, you got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with the finish. We had a challenging start, obviously DNFing and qualifying, so got to make our way up from the back, but we did well. You know, the team brought the car back to the grid, and you know, we finished strong. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, right to the very end, man. You were just gigging nonstop, right to the checkered flag.
Yeah, I definitely have some apologies to be making by the other day, for sure.
It was a redemptive podium for Kenton to open the season, with a fresh opportunity just around the corner.
Of Laura Eli.
Was able to salvage P2, so I'm happy about that.
It was noticeable that you were not going to stop digging.
Thanks.
Right on, congratulations. All right. Don't be simple above your head.
With 2 podiums in hand, the Black Sheep team wouldn't have to travel far to continue their climb, from the misty hills of Monterey, California, 3 hours north, to the hub of the fabled wine country of Sonoma. With 2 races under their belts, the drivers took quickly to the fast sweeps of Sonoma Raceway, where their competitiveness continued to shine.
Half a damn second.
And I had more in it too, right? But I spun the car.
Well, yeah, we left a little on the table too, but
Yeah.
it was, you're within a half second of Laura, so you're P2, so,
P2?
or 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah, P2 behind us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what that's
Yeah.
the standard.
You were your quickest of 46.4, and you were half a second behind us,
Shit.
and we were half second off of Nemchoff. Good job, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So session 2 was good. We put down some good laps. Black Sheep top 2, or actually 2 second and third positions. Had a little bit of a spin again. Still maturing in the car, 4th time driving it. So I think there's still a little bit on the table, but can't, half a second behind Laura. So it's nothing but good things there. No, what? I'm going up the hill.
Spun coming out of one.
I spun.
150 miles an hour.
I spun like right.
Lucky you didn't hit nothing.
No, because I was passing a guy on the outside in one,
So yeah, we had a good practice too. I did a qualification simulation. So I went out on new tires and ran 2 warm-up laps and then 2 hot laps. Got my time down to 1:55.9, I think, which is good. That's still a little off the fastest car, but it was good for P2.
So we're at Sonoma Raceway here in up in Napa Valley in California with the Porsche Sprint Challenge Series. Really excited to be here. Today was day number 1. It was practice day. Really cold, so damp track morning. It was hard to get rhythm for me. 8 o'clock in the morning and not quite even awake yet. Session 2 went a lot better, a lot faster. Track was better. Maybe even decided to get a little bit greasy, but it was good to finally get a little bit more speed. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting. We've got rain in the forecast for qualifying, and then dry in the forecast for racing. So we're not quite sure how that's all gonna work out.
As forecast, morning qualifying took place on a wet racetrack, calling for a switch to Yokohama's treaded wet weather tires and adding a new layer of tension to the battle for pole position.
Qualifying in the rain is always a challenge, just to make sure you don't make a mistake and hurt the car so that later in the day you can still race.
I'm Sean Cermony. I'm the voice of the series here for Porsche Sprint Challenge USA West, brought to you by Yokohama Tires. I've been with this series since the beginning last year with the Porsche Sprint Challenge North America. So it's very competitive, which I enjoy, but at the same time it's a gentleman's series, if you will. You know, the racing is hard, the racing's hot and heavy, but there's also a lot of respect shown for one another. You know, everyone doesn't want to go out there and destroy their equipment or anyone else's, but yet they're swapping paint, man. It's good racing. And you know, running 3 different classes here with the 992s, the 991s, and the Caymans. It's just been rad. You know, it's been some really great stuff. And of course, with Black Sheep, you know, I've had a lot of fun just getting to know the guys with Black Sheep. So I'm just starting to familiarize myself with the team and with the drivers. Yeah, I've enjoyed watching Laura. The thing is with Laura is that she's aggressive. She wants to win, whether it's a practice session or a qualifying or whatever. You know, when she gets out of the car and puts it up on on the pole or whatever, she's pumped, like she's amped.
Nice job, Laura.
Well, how did Laura place?
First.
Really? Nice.
Because he kept pinching you down, and then finally you went to the outside and outbroke him down there. You finally got around him that way.
on top of the box. Put your hands together for the 09 of Laura Eli. Congratulations for a wonderful job. Thank you. All right. Trophies up, ladies and gentlemen.
So on Sunday, race 2, Sonoma, event number 2, race number 2. And I'm going to be starting position 2 today.
All right, so race 2, Merrill, my coach, he's been going over some points in the data, so review those last night. So we should hopefully be a bit quicker and a bit more consistent. So that's what we're shooting for.
Yokohama Award. This is a little bit different from our regular podium awards here. The way this works is he or she who passes the most competitors on track, no matter where they start or finish, wins the Yokohama Apex Award. That being said, today, and with no surprise, it goes to the 09 of Laura Eli. He's going to be a happier man today than he was yesterday. It's Mr. Kenton King. Yeah. 09 of Laura Eli. There you go, folks. There it is. Your top 3. Winner 991 class.
Yeah, weekend started a little rough. Came in a bit more confident than I should. Dialed the car in a bit. Had some issues qualifying, but was able to bring it home on the final race day, race 2, and came in with the podium, 3rd place. I'm gonna always push it, so as long as I bring the car back in one piece, I'm happy with it.
I managed to find some more speed today, which I was pretty excited about. Finally get down to a very low 47.1, which is pretty competitive pace, but. I was running at a really good pace and was really happy with the progress this week. Looking forward to Miami in 2 weeks. That's going to be really exciting. A brand new track hasn't existed before, brand new for us. 32 Cup cars is my understanding, and so it's going to be a real great adventure there in Florida.
Been a good weekend for me and the team. My goal to come in was to take pole for qualifying and to finish first in both races. So I met both of my goals. We're going to Miami next. I'm real excited about that. This weekend just went really well. I'm second event for the year, and I'm starting to get comfortable in the car again. Today, especially, I had a big focus to have a really good start, and that's exactly what I did. And from there, I was able to lead the whole race. We're looking forward to Miami. That's going to be fun. It's more of an exhibition for us. Not really a points race, so we're just hoping not to have any mistakes, bring the cars all back in one piece.
The team's growing confidence reflected their success through 4 races. All 3 Black Sheep Racing drivers in the top 5 of the championship as they headed for Miami. The Formula One Miami Grand Prix brought together not only the World Championship, but also the wider Porsche Sprint Challenge North America Series. The stage for races 5 and 6 was a new and untested racetrack, a blank slate for everyone.
The rock star parking everybody wants out on the street, 40 feet from the bus stop. 'Cause every day and every night I'm slamming the bubbly Diet Coke from the...
Laura and Stephen qualified top 10, with Kenton close behind, an auspicious beginning for what would be a bittersweet weekend. On race day, Hard Rock Stadium crackled with anticipation of a contest that would provide both thrills and heartbreak. Third and fourth place in race 5 for Laura and Stephen were a welcome result. But Kenton's late race collision ended his weekend. Despite Kenton's race 1 contact that ended his weekend, third and fourth place finishes for Laura and Stephen, racing against teams with triple the budget of the Black Sheep, put the Little California team squarely in the national spotlight. In race 2, the goal would be to back up that result.
What a wonderful, fun, hot day it was. Some of the best racing this young series has seen from the very beginning. It happened this week in front of a live crowd, over 200,000 people. For our 991 class, Starting out in third spot, the number 9 of Laura Eli.
A second podium position for Laura and another strong drive from Stephen proved that Black Sheep Racing had taken a massive step up in their climb to prominence. Ahead lay Virginia International Raceway, another meeting with the entire North American Porsche contingent, and a new goal, with Laura just a single point off the championship lead. After the ups and downs of Miami, it was back to the West Series battles for the Black Sheep at VIR.
As you guys know, we totaled the car in Miami. Essentially, its terminology is tubbed. So what that means is the entire front left frame was bent to an irreparable status. So we in Miami had to scramble to, number one, acquire a tub, get the car back to California, get the tub to California, have our crew chief over here, Brian, single-handedly rebuild the car in less than a week.
With Porsche looking at the chassis after the incident, they deemed that the chassis was bent enough that they weren't going to allow us to try and repair the tub. So we had to order a new tub at the track while we were there, get the stuff back to California to our home shop so that we could basically do a retub on the car. In essence, it's a bare body shell with the cage in it and front fenders is pretty much all that it comes with. So I had pretty much about 8 days by myself to get everything changed over to what you see is a complete car there now, to be able to get it back here in time. We got it done. Car went out on track on Friday for its first practices and shakedown. He's been real happy with the car. We've had no major issues with it.
With Stevens sidelined by an injury, Kenton led the way in qualifying, but Laura edged him for second in the race as the podium successes kept coming.
Make some noise for Laura Eli.
As the halfway point of the season approached, the podiums piled up, and something special was taking shape. Race 8 at VIR brought the season to the halfway point, and the championship was coming into focus. With Stephen's absence compensated by Kenton's strong runs in the team standings, Laura's dominant victory kept her within 1 point of her rival for the Drivers' Championship, Paul Nemshoff.
In third place, the 777, Herman Kennedy.
Wisconsin's Road America, fast and flowing, but with high speed comes high risk. A heavy crash in practice marked the second race car write-off of the season for Kenton. The financial strain was unsustainable and marked the end of his season. Fortunately, Stephen was now back in action, so he and Laura would carry on.
So I just had race one here at Road America. I had a pretty bad qualifying session and was 6 positions behind my championship points contender, Paul Nemshoff. During the race, I just decided I just got to stay clean and keep my head down. And you know, I always have a lot of good pace throughout the race. I'm pretty consistent. So there was a couple faster cars that I got behind and just started to follow them, and ended up passing 9 cars and finally passing Paul for the win on the last lap. So it's a really, really fun race.
The Black Sheep effort, now down to 2 cars, meant increased pressure on Laura, Stephen, and the crew. By taking pole, Paul Nemshoff pulled out a 2-point lead in the championship. He and Laura then swapped first and second place finishes in the races, leaving Laura still 2 points back.
second place. It's the 09, that's Laura Eli.
So it's Sunday, race 2 today, Porsche Sprint Challenge USA West. I was P2, had a much better starting position, and Paul, my main competitor, just had a little more pace than I did today. At one point in the race I did catch up right behind him, but after that we had some traffic and some other cars coming up through us that didn't allow me to stay up with him. All in all, it was a good weekend. I finished first and second. Right now we're only 2 points off the lead, so 4 more races left. It's only 8 points up for grabs, so if I can just get a little better qualifying and some strong finishes, I hopefully will take the championship, so that's my goal. Bad news for the weekend was Kenton King. He had off during practice and was unable to complete the rest of the weekend and now the rest of the season because the damage on his car is too severe. Stephen Ayers performed well. This is his second time running with this many cars on track, so he had a good weekend. I think he was mid-pack, which is really good for Stephen. He keeps learning and getting better all the time.
6 races remaining, 2 points behind. The math was simple. The racing would be anything but. Located just south of the Great Salt Lake, the Table Flat Utah Motorsports Campus calls for intense driver concentration to produce fast laps. In the opening race of the weekend, Laura and Stephen produced another pair of top 5 finishes from uncharacteristically deep grid positions. Laura's title dreams were still hanging by a thread.
Podium in the third position, it's the 09 of Laura Eli.
I have to thank the team. They do a great job. We miss your favorite Kenton King's not here, and of course Steve and Eric did a great job.
Congratulations on another great finish, Laura.
Thank you.
Laura Eli, everyone.
Hey everyone, Steve Ayers from Black Sheep Racing here at Utah Motorsport Campus, and we just finished racing about a 40-minute race, race number 1 of the weekend, and it was quite good. It was a little challenging towards the end of the race. The tires decided to go away a little sooner than I expected, and a lot of slipping and sliding going over there. Did manage to come in 5th, so it was a good close race. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and hopefully to keep a little better pace throughout the entire race and keep the tires under me.
Saturday evening, race 1 complete. I finished P3 overall, P3 in class. Paul, my championship contender, finished P4, so we did gain a point on him, which is great. I hoped I had a little better qualifying today, but anyway, I started P5, so I moved up 2 spots, so that was great. Everything was great with the car. We have a couple of competitors here that don't race with us all the time that are really fast, so we had a really close race up front. Team did a great job. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Sunday in Utah offered the first of just 3 chances for Laura to close the gap to Paul Nemshoff, and she grabbed it with both hands.
the Black Sheep Racing team of Laura Eli is without a doubt, she has only one intention, and that is to win this race here. Laura Eli with 1 point, closing the gap up from 2 points yesterday, going into round 5, and closing the gap up to 1 point in the championship, going into round number 6. She could smell the blood in the water.
Yokohama Apex Award. The competitor that passes the most vehicles on track gets the Apex Award, and that today goes to the 09, the Black Sheep Racing of Laura Eli.
Just finished race 2 on Sunday. Fabulous race, good clean racing. Had a great battle with a couple other cars throughout there and managed to get ahead of them. So it was a really good event, and happy to be here and can't wait to go to Indy for the first time in a couple of weeks.
So we just finished race 2. I was P2. Paul was P3. So I'm 1 point ahead in the championship now. So leading into the last points race for us will be COTA at the end of, or the middle of September. We do go to Indy before that, but that one's a non-West points race for us. It's been a great weekend. Also wanted to acknowledge one of the teams here, Tatum Racing. They had a truck driver that had an accident on the way back from Road America. And it's been kind of a sad weekend for them because he passed away in the accident. So we just want to honor his memory, Kenny Streeter, and we just all want to acknowledge him this weekend so that we could, we're all a big family in racing. We miss Kenton. Stephen had a good weekend, had some of his best times ever here at Utah, and we're looking forward to the next event at Indy and then on to COTA for the championship.
With a pair of finishes ahead of her rival, Laura now assumed the championship lead by 2 points, with 2 points-paying races to go. But next on the schedule was a visit to racing heaven. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a century of legendary racing and a bucket list item for anyone who ever drove a race car. What better place for our story?
Here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Qualifying this morning, practice was good yesterday. I got it below 29s. This morning for qualifying, I was hoping for a 28 lap, but I had a little challenge on my first flyer where I lost control of the car a little. Luckily didn't go around, but that was my lap. I think that would have been better. All in all, we did good. We were P14 overall, P9 in class. Since it's not a points race for me, I kind of just wanted to make sure I got through clear and didn't have any incidents.
Tian Gallagher here at Indianapolis Speedway. I'm the CEO of Division I College Racing League. We're trying to pave the path to pro for women in motorsports by getting more girls to race in college.
When rain arrived near race time on Saturday, and with no championship points at stake for her, Laura chose not to risk her car.
First race at Indy. Well, first of all, this is my first time at Indy. So it was, yesterday was learning the track. Today was a little surprise for us because it was suddenly wet, raining out, and we hadn't thought about practicing the rain. So we had to switch to rain tires. But actually the race went reasonably well. You know, I had a spin in 13 that ended going from first to last, and managed to collect it and eventually get to second place by the time the race ended. So being up on podium was awesome. So you know, real podium at Indy, high up. The fans there. My 6-year-old son was up on the podium with me. My wife is cheering on. So it was just awesome to be in such a historic place on a podium. So tomorrow's race is going to be interesting. They're forecasting rain for most of the day tomorrow. We don't know how much it's going to rain, so it could be slick tires, it could be rain tires, it could be some combination of both. But having some rain experience today is going to be really helpful for tomorrow. And you know, I think I've got a couple lessons learned on where there's traction on the track for tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Andy, he's got my new model.
Yes, hi.
Wow, I've been waiting a long time for this. This is
Yes.
Andy from DVA Models, and he does 992, 991 models that look like the real thing. This is my second one. I really love it. It's really great. Andy, tell them more about your company.
We started making models for the teams in 2014. We make models since the 90s, me and my father. We moved from Italy to the US, and we work now with the teams, and we are very happy to work with amazing people like Laura. And I have the opportunity of being part of this wonderful business of car racing.
Yeah, it's really great. He has a website. You can see his examples and everything. So follow him on the web or anywhere else you can follow him at. You have a
Facebook.
website? Oh, Facebook too. Great.
Sunday stayed dry, giving Laura the chance to live the dream of racing at the world's most famous track. Stevens suffered damage and retired on lap 1. Exactly the fate Laura feared most. But despite not running for points, she emerged with another class win, her 2-point championship margin, and 2 races to finish the season.
So we just finished the Sunday race here, race 2 for the weekend at Porsche Together Fest here at IMS, or Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Driver Laura just ended up finishing in 8th, which is fine for us considering we were not here for points. We were here to do some other things and help our teammate Steven out, and unfortunately Steven was had an impact on lap 1, retired the car, and that just left us to circulate for the rest of the day. So that was our goal, is keep the car safe and clean, because we do have the points lead in the West Series for a Porsche Sprint Challenge presented by Yokohama. So now we head off to Austin in 2 weeks, try to sew up this championship. Overall on the weekend, solid finish. Steven got second yesterday. We got him a good result. He got really good points to help him out in the point standings in the West, which was our whole goal for the weekend. So mission accomplished.
What makes for a championship-winning race team? A perfectly prepared car and a flawless performance by its driver.
So here we are at COTA. This is our last points event for the West this year. Currently leading the championship by 1 in the 991 class. We do have 2 more practice sessions the rest of the day. I'm hoping to make up some good track time so that going into the race tomorrow, I can take the championship home. That's the goal. So yeah, leading up to the weekend, we were in Indianapolis for the Porsche Together Fest, and that was a non-West points race for me. So we actually had bad weather. I chose not to race one race because of the championship hut. Didn't want to have any issues with the car coming here. The rest of the season's been pretty smooth so far this year. Fingers crossed, I haven't had any car damage at all.
The Circuit of the Americas would host a winner-take-all shootout for the Porsche Sprint Challenge USA West Championship.
We're at COTA this weekend, and it's the last event of the season. So I'm both excited to be finishing up, as well as a little sad to be finishing off the season. It's been a blockbuster season, right? Starting with Laguna Seca and Sonoma, off to the F1 race in Miami, VIR, Road America, Utah, Indy, and here we are at COTA, last event of the season. And looking forward to it. This is a track I've typically done well at, a track I'm really comfortable with, been here maybe 5-6 times. And so I'm looking forward to this weekend and looking forward to solidifying my place in the series for the season.
Place your victor in the 991 class. It's the 09 of Laura Eli. All right, congratulations, Laura. You got another win. Thank you. All right, Laura Eli, everyone.
Bob Black Sheep. Basically, Laura's taken the Porsche pyramid and is just running the pyramid and on her way up to the top, along the lines with Kenton King and Stephen Ayers as well. Kenton King, I mean, just dude's lightning fast at times. And then next thing you know, he's, off over here and off over there and everything. And I'm like, I kind of like this dude, and being his first year in a 991 Cup car, that's not an easy thing to do. It's a pretty big jump. Just for, the way he is willing to continue to push the limits of what he can do in that car and what that car can do for him. Right down to the nitty-gritty. Laura Eli and Paul Nemshoff, 1 point apart, coming into just 2 rounds of racing left. And they've been back and forth by that point or two for a while now. And early on, we saw in practice, I was watching them, they were 8 1/1000ths away on their fastest lap with only a couple laps left to go in practice earlier today. So Laura Eli, Black Sheep, and Paul Nemshoff with another team. The two of them, man, great competitors. And, the other thing too with Laura, but motorsports has been kind of known as a guy sport. But then Laura Eli being the only female competitor in Porsche Sprint Challenge USA West by Yokohama, the only one doing that series and really putting it to the guys, left and right, man. Everywhere we go, she would like to see more females involved in motorsport. I mean, anybody that's watching this, go talk to Laura because she knows what's up, and we would all love to see more female competitors in our Porsche Sprint Challenge USA West in the North American Series as well. It's been rad, and I can't think of a better way to end the series in 2022 in a points battle with her and Paul Nemshoff, and coming down to the nitty-gritty, tomorrow and Sunday, and we're going to crown a champion. And so I'm pretty excited about that. So all in all, Bob Black Sheep, badass.
In the season's final race, by finishing ahead of her unlucky rival, Laura's climb to the championship and that of her Black Sheep Racing team was complete.
In the third spot, it's the number 30 of Steven Ayers with his biggest fan. In the second place, in your 2022 Porsche USA West champion, it's Black Sheep's Laura Eli.
Just finished our last race of the season here at COTA and really ended on a high. The race for me was fantastic. I got a really great start, passed a whole bunch of cars right at the beginning, kept them behind me, and by one by one picked off a number of other folks and managed to end the race in third place. Great end to a really a season full of challenges and learning opportunities. So I really had a great time this season. And one thing I'm actually pretty proud of is I received an award today for the most number of passes in the series, which was a total surprise to me. I knew I passed a bunch of people, but I did not know it was going to be the most passes done in the season. Enough to get an award. It's a giant big award as well. And they took it back to have it engraved, so I can't wait to have that on my mantle.
Today was the last race of the year. P1 in class, P3 in the North America class, P7 overall. Won the championship, super happy. That was the goal for the whole season. I came in this weekend with a goal to take pole, win both races, and I was able to accomplish both my goals. Got to thank the team for all their hard work and dedication. It's been really great. It's great to end the season at COTA. It's one of my favorite tracks. I love F1. I come here every year to watch that race. So during the race, I was watching my mirrors just to make sure I kept my gap, and Paul Nemshoff was behind another car behind me, and all of a sudden I didn't see him anymore. So I was happy and sad at the same time, because I really wanted the championship to have a little more of a racing into it. But unfortunately for Paul, he was taken out of the race early. But good for us, helped us secure the championship early. So yeah, it was kind of bittersweet. Yeah, I think I've improved a lot. I don't need as much coaching as I used to. I can pretty much coach myself quite a bit. I still use my Coach Thomas when I need to. This is the second year in the .2 car, and I've really improved a lot. Just year over year, I took a second and a half off my time here, so that's really great. Now, the whole team's been great. You know, it's cool that we're doing this documentary. Tech Media, Connor Kasnick, he's the brains behind it, doing a great job. The rest of the team, Brian's the crew chief, Russ, Steven's car chief, Chris Stifler's my car chief. We had Jay, we had Ryan, we have Curtis, the truck driver, Ron. Everybody that's been helping all year has been great. Trying to get another car or two added to the team to help augment the Black Sheep, because I think we can put together a good team. Actually, we did win the team championship too. They didn't do an award for that yet, but I think we get a credit towards next season. I think that's it. It's time to pack up and go home.
In 2023, the Black Sheep Racing climb takes another step up with new partners, new colors, new challenges, and new opportunities. Stay tuned.